Well, good evening, everyone. How is everyone tonight? I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week. Um, if you guys can just let me know if the sound is coming through. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty earlier when I was testing it. But in the meantime, let's see who's here. Wow. Linda Faust is here. Hey, Linda. Glad you could make it tonight. And we got the debt-free quilter here. Hey, how you doing, Miss Heather? June Hansen is here. Thank you, June, for joining us tonight. And let's see, guess who? It's Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Okay, so the sound is coming through. Thank you, Denise. Thank you, Karen, for letting me know. Let's see, Kim Burris is here. Thank you, Kim, for joining tonight. Charlie Pinto, what are we working on tonight? So I will be talking about the quilt behind me on the wall tonight. So we'll give you a little preview of that. Hey, Judith from Yuma, Arizona. Thank you for joining. Denise Soap Patch, hello. Good evening, Denise. And let's see, we got... I hope I'm not missing anybody. If I did miss somebody, I am so sorry. And yes, there is a giveaway going on tonight, and I see that some people have already put their tickets in without even knowing what the prize is. But hey, we're quilters, right? We like free stuff, so we love giveaways. Okay. Hello, Milena Montoya. Thank you for joining tonight. Around to it. Hey, how are you, girl? Hope everything's all right. And let's see, Carol. I didn't say hi to Carol. Hello, Carol. Hey, Vivian. Glad you could make it tonight. And Ann 1, I can hear you all the way from Mississippi. Well, I'm glad I'm coming in loud and clear there. Hi, Marie Mitchell. Thanks for joining tonight. And Susie K from Rockland, California. Hey, how you doing, Susie? Mary Jane Ellinger's here. Thank you, Mary Jane, for joining us tonight. And hubby's doing good. He had his last radiation today. Chemo will finish in November 9th. Well, prayers to your husband, Nancy. Yes, pray the Lord. Okay, so if I missed anybody, I am terribly, terribly sorry. But welcome and thank you for joining tonight. Slowing Down Joe. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. How you doing there, girl? Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, first order of business. Let me switch the cameras. So the giveaway. It is open right now, so if you have not entered the giveaway, it's exclamation enter. Hey, Dale. Thanks for joining tonight, and you joined just in time because I'm explaining what the giveaway is tonight. So this jelly roll I actually found in a dark corner of my sewing space. Now, if you remember last week, I was kind of mentioning that I've been kind of slowly reorganizing this space, and so I'm finding all these things that I bought maybe sometimes years ago, and well, I didn't use it right away, so I'm probably not going to use it. So I figure, well, instead of just putting it or let it collect dust, I figure maybe someone out there might want to use this. So this is a jelly roll strip. It's called Pixie Strips. Or hope that's not upside down where there it is. Come on, focus. Okay, Pixie Strips. And it's by RJR Fabrics. And it's kind of a eclectic mix of fabrics. It sort of feels, or it looks like it's been, you know, when you take like a photo and then you put it on a fabric, that's what this kind of looks like. But when I initially saw this, I kind of thought it was interesting, and I had, you know, like any other quilter, I had projects in mind. Oh, I can do this. Maybe I can make a log cabin out of it. Maybe I can do some kind of strip quilt with it. So I ended up buying it, but then years later, yeah, it's collecting dust in the corner. So I'm going to give this one away to one lucky person tonight. So again, if you would like a chance to win this jelly roll, it's exclamation enter. And we'll be announcing the winner later tonight. And if you just so happen to be the winner, well, please email me your mailing address, and I will give all of that information, or I will give the email information later on when we actually pick the winner. So good luck to everyone. Yeah, this will, you know, I could see someone making like a log cabin quilt out of this. But it's a very eclectic mix of fabrics here. I mean, there's some greens. Hope that's coming out. There's a green. There's some dark colors there. So, yeah. Somebody will enjoy this. Okay. Hey, Joe Carmel. Yes, you saw the jelly roll. That is the giveaway tonight. Says, hi, Amy C. Thanks for joining. And did anybody, Dale, I absolutely love jelly rolls. So pretty. Yeah, I like jelly rolls too. That's actually my favorite pre-cut. So, let's see. So I see a lot of people entering in. Okay. So I wanted to actually talk a little bit tonight about this upcoming project. Let me actually switch the camera and make it large here for a second. This guy behind me. Now, I did talk a little bit about this upcoming sew-along, and I am still trying to work, or still trying to get this particular one done. And people have kind of emailed me since last week when I kind of did like a preview of it. People have been emailing me, when is it going to start? They're excited about getting it started. So I figure, even though I don't have my example done, which I was planning on getting done, but, well, you know, life just got in the way this week. And I'll tell you about it later. But I was hoping that it would be done by this live so I could actually introduce the entire project to you, but things happened and I got delayed, so hopefully I can get it done this week, and so that we can actually get this project started next month, or in the next couple of weeks. But I figure, well, you get the idea of what the quilt kind of will look like. So maybe we can at least talk about fabrics, so that, or the fabric requirements, so that if you want to start collecting your fabrics and start shopping your stash, you know, you can start pulling fabrics and seeing what you like and what you don't want to do. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And, well, you saw me sewing a little bit of the pieces. I got to put some of the sashing on. Good thing Tiffany's not on here, because she would be scolding me. Hey, you were working on that last week. What happened? Or is she here? I didn't see her. Hi, Billy Weatherhead. Thanks for joining tonight. And I see Crystal Lewis is here. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I said hi to her, but hello, Crystal. And Marianne Lopez, I see your name here. Hey, Marianne. Okay. Kat F says, I've never worked with a jelly roll before. Kat, if you ever work with 2.5-inch strips And if you like working with 2.5-inch strips, you're going to love jelly rolls. Let me tell you, there's nothing like having fabric already cut for you so you don't have to cut the yardage yourself. That's a big time saver. Judy Patterson. Wow, I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found me too. Hello, Judy. How much fabric is in a jelly roll? That's from Karen Brunette. Karen, jelly rolls typically will have 42 strips total. So that's roughly, I think the estimate is about 2.5 yards, if I'm not mistaken. So each strip is, where did I put it? So each one of these strips is 2.5 inches wide by the width of the fabric. So that's typically about 43 to 45 inches. And so total, it's someone can know for sure. I think it's about 2.5, somewhere between 2.5 and 3 yards total. But of course, you're with these 2.5-inch strips, if you're working on a project, you're probably gonna add in some yardage or some background fabric to it. So you could make a whole quilt, or at least a baby-sized quilt, just with one jelly roll, and the addition of maybe a couple of yards of some background fabric. Hey, Damali, glad you could join us all the way from Maine. It must be, oh gosh, 11 o'clock at night there. But thanks for staying up with us. Let's see. Joe Carmel's asking, what fabrics did you use? Whoops, the camera flipped off. I'm not sure why it did that. So we'll talk about that, Joe. I'm assuming you're asking about the Christmas quilt there, so we will discuss that. I'm not sure if I have any of the selvage information because I just basically pulled fabrics from my stash. But I'll take a look at it. And okay, so Kim's there saying there's about 2.5 to 3 yards depending on the manufacturer. Thank you, Kim. I thought it was about 2.5 to 3 yards. Hey, Polly, thanks for joining us tonight. Miss Teresa Louise. Hey, girl, how you doing? Glad to see you tonight. And hello, Robin Taylor from Washington State. Okay, so let's get started getting into this quilt behind me a little bit. And first of all, what I guess I could do is talk about how I chose the fabrics and the colors so that you guys can kind of get an idea as to start pulling fabrics for your own quilt if you want to join along. So what I started off with was actually this fabric here. This was something I think I picked up from Joann's, quite honestly, years and years ago. And the original intent of this was to actually use it for Christmas ornaments. And I bought so much of it that I had about, I think, 4 or 5 yards left. So I just kept it. I mean, it's fabric, right? And it's not a bad print. I mean, I like the print, so I thought it was pretty. So I just kept it. Now, I chose this, I call this my focus fabric, meaning this is going to be the fabric in which I'm going to draw inspiration in terms of what colors to use, what pattern or what even designs I can use for this. So whenever I am planning out a quilt for myself, or if I'm planning a quilt for someone, I usually have them pick out like a pattern such as this, where there's a lot of colors. And so when I look at this pattern, I see white, I see green, I see, of course, red. So these are typical Christmas colors. And so in finding out or in searching for fabrics that could go along with this, I found this green, and I pulled out some other shades of green here. And believe it or not, these greens have nothing, I mean, they were actually part of a line that was related to Easter. But because they're green, they match, or they kind of go well with this, I thought. Now, with the reds, I only had 2 reds here. So there's this marble colored red, as well as this plaid here. Oh, good night, Vivian. Hope you feel better. Okay. So again, I just went, when I found my focus fabric, I just found I kind of used this as an inspiration to what colors to use and what other colors I can pull from it. So from there, I just looked at what other fabrics were in my stash that were of the same color, maybe not necessarily the same value. And so that's where I came up with all of these. Okay. Now, I didn't buy any extra fabric, believe it or not. I had all of this pretty much in my stash. So I said, yeah, let's use it up. Now, of course, I could have gone shopping for more fabric, but not like I need any more. So I wanted to actually make this a challenging project where I just shopped in my stash to see what could work with this print. So that's how I chose my fabrics. Now this fabric line, again, I think it was just something I pulled from Joann's, but there is a selvage, but it doesn't have much information. It does say it's from the Cotton Corporation here. Okay. These marble prints I got years and years ago, and I just never really used it, but there's no selvage information on here either, but I'm pretty sure these are pretty common fabrics. I'm not sure if anyone out there can identify where to get it from. I believe places like Walmart will have carried this in the past. I'm not sure what this fabric line is called though. This one was totally random. I actually found this fabric at a fashion fabric store. But it's cotton, so I figure I'll just use it, buy it, and use it. And then these fabrics, both of these actually came from Hobby Lobby, and it's the Hobby Lobby brand, I believe. Okay, but again, these fabrics, or actually most of these fabrics, were actually part of a different type of theme, holiday theme, but because of the colors, they kind of work. So I just said, let's just use it. So when you are shopping for your fabrics, even though like this red was actually used as, was it Easter or was it 4th of July? I can't remember, but it was one of those holidays. And even though it was printed for that holiday in a different collection, I just used it. Because it kind of works, just by the mere fact that it's red. Okay. Then, oh, I forgot the white. So this is just a white tone on tone. There is a print on there. Hopefully the camera can see it, or it picks up on it. It is a leaf pattern that kind of looks Christmassy. So I figure, white on white. I'll just use it. Again, and this one is also from the Cotton Corporation. Okay. So they look great, Eric. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Let's see. For those of you experienced quilters out there, how do you guys actually choose fabrics for your quilts? Do you buy kits? Do you do like I did? Do you shop your stash and just throw in a bunch of fabrics on a table and see what looks good together? Yeah, how do you guys actually choose your fabrics? I would be curious to know how people do that. It does take a certain skill because sometimes I pick out fabrics and I think they look good, but then when you get it up on the wall, it's like, what the heck were you thinking? Right? I know there are some talented YouTubers out there that have a keen eye for picking fabric, and you think that they don't go very well or they don't sound like they should be matching, but okay, I think the fabric is called grunge. You might be correct, Marianne, but it's grunge doesn't have that marble print to it. This one, yeah, these fabrics were more kind of a marble print instead of a grunge look to it. So I'm not sure if it is, but again, I bought this years ago, so and there's no information on the selvage. Let's see. My phone keeps cutting out, so only getting bits of live. Sorry if my comments are behind. We'll try to keep up. No problem, Dale. Actually, my reading of the comments is usually behind anyway, so. What's the fabric requirement? Will the layer cake work or do I need fat quarters? Great question, Joe. How I actually planned out this quilt was I cut a yard of each of these fabrics. So because of, well, I didn't have a layer cake. I probably would have used a layer cake if I had a Christmas themed one, in which I don't have a whole ton of layer cakes, surprisingly. But what I did was, because I had yardage here, I just said, okay, we're gonna just cut a yard of each of these fabrics. But with the white, I think I used 2 yards instead because I knew this was gonna be a background. And I wanted to actually have more because of the fact that it was gonna be a background. A layer cake might work. You just might need to have some background fabric to kind of complement the layer cake. Now, each one of these blocks, it's actually going to end up being I made these blocks 8.5 inches unfinished. So they're going to finish at 8 inches. And most of the block construction was just using 2.5-inch strips. So you could actually take one piece of a 10-inch square and then just subcut it to 2.5 inches. Now there is one block. This star block. Because there's so many multiple ways of actually doing the star points. This is one in which I am planning on showing you different ways to create this flying geese unit, is what this is called. And because of that, some of these techniques don't, they require different size blocks. So I think if you do something, like if you're familiar with the no waste or the 4 at a time flying geese method, to make this block, you're going to need you're going to need a square that's about 5 1/4 for the background and 3 inches for the star legs. So when it comes time to actually construct these blocks, of course, I'll give you the measurements. But I guess to answer your question, Joe Carmel, yes, you can use a layer cake. You probably are going to want maybe a few yards of a background or some kind of complementary color just to kind of fill in the gaps there. Okay, and again, the blocks, like this block here is 8.5 inches, the unfinished size. And so it'll finish to 8 inches. Now the entire quilt that I have planned, it's 25 blocks. And how this is going to work is you're going to take a block like this, you're just going to make it 5 times. So if you can kind of see in the back, the blocks are actually very similar. for example, I got a number of the stocking. They're similar, they're just kind of made and constructed in different ways. And so part of what I'm going to do throughout this sew along is if there are different methods of constructing the same block, I'm going to show you those different methods. So here's one example. And do I have another one? Where's the other one? I know I have one up here. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Did it fall down? No, I don't see it on the ground. Oh, it's right in front of me. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you try to look for things, it could be right in front of you and you don't see it. So here's one version of the block. Here's a different version of that same block. On here, I just used a print, that main focus or that print fabric, but here I used a whole bunch of 2.5-inch squares and half square triangle here. Same block, but different construction. And you get a different look with it too. So this is kind of what I'll be walking through on each of the videos, showing you different methods of how you can construct these blocks. Okay, I'll put that back up later. Okay, I hope that answers your question, Joe. That was a great question, actually. I didn't think about using layer cakes. Okay. I usually pick fabrics that speak to me, but sometimes they scream at me. Yeah, they do that to all of us, don't they? Especially when you see them in the quilt shops, right? They're all saying, buy me, buy me, buy me. Then you end up buying the loudest one, right? Okay. Let me go back here for a second. I love pre-cuts, but I need to learn how to pick fabric. Join the club, Joe. Okay, wow. I missed a lot of comments. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of scrolling by. Okay, we stopped there. Okay, so Kim says, I try to shop my stash as much as possible. It currently rivals the Joann's. Oh, I'm sure you're not the only one, Kim. You know, if all of us got together, we could probably run our own store and never run out of inventory for a while. Okay, when I see something I like, I'll buy the fabric, then decide what type of quilt I'm going to make. Charlie, I'm exactly the same way. In fact, that's how... Where did I just put it? In fact, that's what happened with that jelly roll. Oh, it's under here. That's how this came about. And I tucked it away in a corner and forgot about it. And now I'm kind of thinking, well, I'm not going to really use it, so that's your benefit. Okay. Mostly like what you are doing, though, although I have a few kits. Okay. Was that a question or was that a comment to me? Oh, okay. Mostly okay, so Teresa is saying that she does the same thing that I do when she picks out fabrics, but then she also does use kits. Okay. Keepsake calico cotton fabric, red marble. Thank you, Polly. I think that it really is it. There's a red, there's a green. I believe there's also a blue I've seen somewhere. And I think I have it in that pile. Yeah, which you're about to see. I find one fabric that speaks to me, then go searching for supporting fabrics in my stash. Okay, so Kat kind of does the same thing that I do. You have very nice hands. Oh, thank you. I need a manicure, though. Hey, I know, I'm a guy, but I'm a sucker for a mani-pedi. I think this quilt would look fabulous in batiks. Ooh, batiks. That's my other favorite fabric. I love me some batiks. How many yards of fabric is in a layer cake? Is it 2.5? 2.5? 2.5 or 3 yards? Oh, there, Teresa got it. About 2.5 yards or more or less in a layer cake. Yep. Okay. Hello, Ms. Remo J. Thanks for joining us tonight. And people are giving a reminder for a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for that. Okay. I think, did I miss a question? Hey, Miss Sheila Willis. Thank you for joining tonight. It must be about 11 o'clock your time. I'm surprised you're up. If you have pre-cuts, take them apart and look at how the designer put it together. The more you do that, it will help you learn to pick your own. Actually, that's true. There were times where I actually just took apart the pre-cut and seen like somehow the colors that the fabric designer, the color combinations that they use kind of don't make sense. Like, who puts a brown with a purple? But in that particular fabric line, it actually did work. So, okay. So when I get this one done, I'm not coming out with like any specifics about, like, people have also asked me, are you creating a pattern for this? Are you going to be distributing the pattern or selling the pattern? And the answer to that question is I'm not. First of all, pattern writing is a skill that I just don't have. So usually when I create a quilt, I just kind of estimate in my head how much fabric I need. And if I overestimate, that's great. I have extra. And if I run out, then, well, yeah, you don't want to see that. But usually I just overestimate my fabric requirements. So if I feel like I need 3 yards, I'll buy 4 just in case, because you never know what kind of, let's see, I don't want to call them, maybe happy mistakes you're going to make, or sometimes, you just get frustrated and you just want to start all over. So at least I know that I have a little bit of a buffer in between. But yeah, people have been asking, is there a pattern, or am I following a pattern? Honestly, no, there is no pattern for this. Now, the other reason why I'm not developing or trying not to write a pattern for this is because, well, I want to give you, the person, or I want to give you the opportunity to actually come up with your own layout design. So in this example behind me, I'm doing your traditional kind of grid formation. But when we actually do, in the actual videos that I have planned out, you're going to be seeing me do a different layout. And that's partially because, well, I have a panel that I want to use up. And that panel ended up being my inspiration fabric, or my focus fabric. So let me show you that. So here is, well, I don't know if, let me fully open it up for you guys. Oh, there's actually 2 panels in here. Oh, wonderful. I hope you can see that. Okay. Good thing I have long arms. So let me switch it back. So this panel was actually gifted to me by someone that somehow got it, and they're not even a quilter, so they didn't know what to do with it. So it's a panel of a Christmas tree, and I found this, or I took a look at this and saw, okay, what colors can I pull from here? So of course I pulled out every single blue. Hey, look, marble. Told you there was a dark blue. And I found out that I have a lot of blues here. That's actually the same one. There's another blue. Then I thought maybe I'll throw in this as an accent color. I mean, it's kind of a bluish green. There's also a lot of silver, so silver, gray. Yeah, I can see it kind of working. But then I wanted to introduce a little bit of a darker color, so I pulled out this black. But it also does have a gray and silver highlight with the red here. I thought maybe we can make it work. Yeah. And yeah, so I think I'm going to use these fabrics here. Now, my plan for this is when I'm ready to lay out the quilt, I'm actually going to put the panel in the center. Then all the blocks are going to kind of border this panel here. And so I'm not going to use the traditional grid format where I'm putting the blocks in rows and sewing the rows together. I'm actually going to, again, put the blocks around this panel. So if you have again, it's just to kind of give you the creative freedom to do what you want your quilt to look like. So because I have this panel, I figured let's use it. So again, if I were to write a pattern, you probably wouldn't do that. So okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay. So Karen Cox is saying that looks like a silver tree we used to put in our Christmas display in Downey in the 60s memory. In the 60s. I hope it's a good memory, Karen. Okay. Oh my, I love that panel. Yep. I got lucky with this one, and I didn't realize there's actually 2 full panels in here. So, ooh. Maybe I'll give one away. Stay tuned. Okay. Make presents under the tree. I could put the present blocks under the bottom. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, we even use blue bulbs. Remo, I have not received any mail. I'll be on the lookout for it though, and I'll let you know if I do get it, and when I do get it. Okay. So I don't know. Okay. What else did I want to talk about here? Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna or how this is gonna all come together. I might take this one out. I don't know. Should I throw in the purple? What do you guys think? Does this actually go together? I'm still on the fence, but I got a little bit of time. I still have the silver tree that my dad bought in 1960, all original packing too. I didn't know they made silver trees. I know they made pink trees. I would take my white tree and actually spray paint it pink. Well, that was partially because I knew someone that was going through some breast cancer treatment too. So, let's see, beautiful panel. I think Robert Kaufman has a red version also. Yes, you are correct, Joe Carmel. So this panel, and I actually bought the red one. too. This panel is by, is it by Robert Kaufman? Yeah, it is by Robert Kaufman. I know I have the selvage on this one. Yep, there it is. So it is by Robert Kaufman. Holiday Flourish is what the fabric line is called. And there's different colorways. So this is the blue and silver. There is a red panel or a red colorway. And aside from this panel, I do believe there is a panel of a wreath, a rather large wreath. And there's another red and, let's see, is it red? There's a red one and there's a red and black, I believe. So yes, there are different colorways of this panel. I believe some fabric shops still have this because I've seen this before. I just never bought it. And again, I got this one because of the fact that someone gifted it to me. So I got lucky with this. But if you are interested in getting one of these, check with your local fabric shops to see if they even have it, because they might be distributing this right now, actually. Okay, let's see. Oh, purple instead of turquoise. I think the purple might work. Yep, you're right, Kim. Green teal should be a blue teal, silver sheen cotton fabric, or Michael Miller fairy frost. That's a good suggestion. I'll consider that, actually. I don't think I have any fairy frost, though. I'm trying not to buy fabric is part of it, too. And my tree is black. That's actually a popular trend, black trees, especially around Halloween. I've actually walked into Michael's and saw a ton of these black trees that are Halloween themed, so you're right on there. We are a lot older than you are, Eric. The silver trees were really a big thing. Okay. Didn't know they were a big thing, but learned something. Maybe I'll do a silver tree this year. There's an interesting thought. Mine is a rarity that escaped with the bare wood trunk. Very few in existence now. I wouldn't use the black and red. It stands out too much. I think you're right, Kat. I might use it in a different way. Who knows? We'll just have to see how it all plays out. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I could use it as a cornerstone of some sort. Okay. We have, let's see. Okay. So again, this Christmas, if you want to join on this Christmas sew along, I'll probably do a formal video to announce the project either next week or toward the end of September, and then we'll get started with this in October. These, again, I've said this before and I'll say it again, these blocks are not difficult. You could probably actually put this whole quilt together in maybe one weekend, or at least put the quilt top together in one weekend. It's just taking me a while because, again, well, life just gets in the way. And I know I mentioned this earlier at the top of the live. So I just found out that a friend of mine passed away. She was up there in age and she's been going in and out of the hospital. So it wasn't a complete shock, but I didn't think that it was going to happen so soon. But I'm glad that she wasn't alone when it happened and that she passed away peacefully. And I'm also, I mean, it's always sad to hear about somebody passing away, but in a way, I'm kind of glad because I know she's not suffering anymore. She had all kinds of health conditions that prevented her from actually really enjoying life. So you know, just to see her in that condition was not easy, but she made the best of it. She was always positive, and even though she was in and out of the hospital, she had a very good sense of humor. So she was never down on herself, and she was never negative about any of the things that she was going through. But sad to see her go, but happy that she's no longer suffering. So, yeah. So I was just trying to help organize some of the final funeral arrangements, and because it happened so fast and the family wanted to just kind of do everything rather quickly, that's what was going on last week. So it put this project on hold. So, yeah. So I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, it's a fact of life. We all have to face it. It's not easy to deal with, but you know, you get through it with friends and support from everyone. So thank you guys so much for your prayers, even though you don't know this person. uh, so yeah, we were sad to see her go, but she was a very, I called her a tough cookie because as lively as she was also very strict with things, and she kind of kept me in line sometimes too. So she was like that grandmother who would love you, but she would punish you too at the same time. Okay, so let's take care of this business. So again, I am giving away this jelly roll strip here. And if you haven't entered, just type in exclamation enter into the chat box. Now, I'm going to be closing away the giveaway pretty soon. So if you came in late, this is what I'm giving away. It's a jelly roll strip by RJR Fabrics. It's called Pixie Strips. And again, it's kind of a very eclectic mix of colors and prints. It's all prints, actually. Yeah, I thought it was interesting, so I bought this years ago, and it just collected dust in a corner of my sewing space. And I figured, you know what, I'm probably not going to use it, but someone else can benefit from it. So this is what we're going to give away. We'll give it about another minute or so. I see some people came in late. But yeah. Is there anyone else out there that loves jelly rolls? Because I had a phase where I was just buying jelly roll after jelly roll after jelly roll. Yeah. And then I realized I have too much jelly rolls, so I stopped buying them. Now, the fabric line, not the Danish. Although I do like jelly rolls in the bakery. Ooh, the cherry flavored. Oh, that sounds good right about now, but I can't. Nope. Okay, get that thought out of my mind because I can't have sugar. I found a bunch on clearance today, actually. Where? Where was that debt-free quilter? Not that I need any more jelly rolls, but I do a lot of quilts with jelly rolls. I used to do a lot of quilts actually with jelly rolls too. I did a lot of log cabins when I needed a quick gift for someone. Hey, just do a log cabin, sew some strips together. I could kind of get them out quickly. All right, so I am going to now formally close the giveaway. Hope you guys got your tickets. And let's let this computer system pick a winner for me. Well, congratulations, Miss Debt Free Quilter, because You're getting the jelly roll. It picked you. Okay, so what I'm going to need you to do, Heather, is to actually send me an email at treasureheartcreations2020 at outlook.com. Just send me an address so I can actually get this out to you. Now, or you can also use the treasureheartcreations at gmail.com. And we will get this out to you as soon as I possibly can. So congratulations, Ms. Debt-Free Quilter. By the way, if those of you who are not familiar with the Debt-Free Quilter, she is just starting her YouTube channel. And she is, I gotta say, although when I looked at her channel, she only had, well, I shouldn't say she only had, she's just starting. So she had 2 videos up there on her channel. And I gotta say, I love her honesty, just in sharing what she was going through, and she's taking us along with her on this journey. So if you are, please go and check her out, because she's, this is the kind of videos where I actually do like to enjoy watching these types of videos where the person is just being honest. And they're just being upfront. They're not trying to be real fancy about stuff or trying to hide things. And so it's real to me. Sometimes when I watch, especially ones that are sponsored by different companies, you know, they're so like polished and they're so professional about it, in which I can kind of understand. But it's these days, whenever I watch a YouTube video, Teresa Louise is another one, you know, it's just a real person just kind of talking to you. So go and support, or go and check out the Debt-Free Quilter. In fact, sorry, Heather, I can't make you a moderator on here, but if you want to share the name of your channel, well, obviously it's called Debt-Free Quilter. So look on YouTube for her, because I thoroughly enjoyed watching her video. Just the raw honesty of it, and just the yeah, just being straight up on it with the situation. So give Heather, or give the Debt-Free Quilter a try, and show her some support. Also, you know, I mean, running any YouTube channel and just being vulnerable in front of the camera for the whole world to see, it's a scary thought. I mean, I remember when I first started my first video, holy cow, I was so nervous, I think I peed my pants. Literally. So thank you, Teresa. There, she put the link to Heather's channel, or the Debt-Free Quilter. So go and check it out. And Teresa put your link up there too. And I believe Teresa goes on live on Sundays. It's 2 p.m. Pacific time. So well, how I remember Teresa's on is she's right before Tiffany comes on. Tiffany, I always know, because she always bugs me. Are you going to join me on live? Okay. I'm like, yeah, okay. And sometimes I just watch and not say anything. I'm lurking in the background. But yeah, Teresa Louise she does a live on every Sunday, usually around 2 p.m. or right before Tiffany comes on. So check these guys out. Sometimes I hop on Teresa Louise's channel too, just to see what she's up to and just to chat with everybody. And a lot of you are also on there. So show these guys some love. Okay. My issue is the majority of the programs are selling products. Yes, Charlie. Yes, Charlie. Thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of people would agree with that. And, you know, if I ever get to be a product pusher, please call me out on it, because that was not the original intent of why I even started this YouTube channel. And I'm hoping that I don't turn into one, which is why well, I don't ever really want to be one unless I really, really believe in the product. So, yeah. Sunday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tiffany is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yep. So go check those guys out. Okay. We have been on here for an hour. Um, that was all that I have for tonight. So thank you guys for joining. If anyone has any last minute questions, maybe I didn't see it in the chat earlier about the Quilt along or whatever else is going on, just put it in the chat box. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes to see if anybody else has any last minute questions. I'll be a moderator for you. Okay, Remo, I'm going to put you on the moderation list. Nancy says, I sub to Heather. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you for showing your support. I'd like to find out about products, but don't like when they push them. Karen, you're not alone in that respect. I think a lot of, well, I can kind of understand that businesses need to promote their products, but when they start forcing you or making you feel guilty about not having their product, that's where I'm going to draw the line. Are we doing one block every day for 25 days? So no, so Joe, what it is within the next couple of weeks or whenever we get this quilt along started, I'm going to show you how to construct each block, but I'm going to show you multiple ways as to how you can construct that block. So, so again, in using this one as an example, I'll show you how to construct the block using just one print fabric, or if you choose to do 2.5-inch squares, that's your choice. Whether you decide to make this block or you decide to make this style, or you can make them both, okay? Each one of these, or you're gonna make a total of 5 of this block. Whether you choose to do this style or to do this style or make them both, that'll be your choice. So it's 5 blocks or 5 designs, but you have a choice of how you want to construct it. So every week I'll be, or at least once a week, I'll be releasing a video showing you the block, but then also outlining some different methods or different things that you might want to try when you construct the block. So I hope that answers your question. Okay. Oh, whoops. Okay. When is the new sew along? So I am planning to get that sew along started hopefully in October, and we'll probably finish it in October. It'll be something really quick to do. And my goal this weekend is to actually get this example completely done so you can kind of see what we are creating, and then as well as giving some more details about the fabric requirements, how we're going to actually carry out this quilt along. So yeah, but the goal is to get that video either out by next week or at least by the end of September, and then come October we're going to start doing one block or one design a week, and there's going to be just 5 of them. So okay, well, thank you, Sue. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I know some of you guys are on the East Coast, so it's about midnight, or at least getting close to it. And I know it's late for you guys, but I really appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with me and just chit chat. Congratulations, Heather. So I'll be sending this out to you. And Again, show the debt-free quilter some love. Show Teresa Louise some love on their channels. That's all I have for you guys tonight. Mwah. Take care. And you know what I'm going to say, so say it with me. Go out and create something. Bye for now.